What's up, guys? This is Far From Blake, and today we're going to be ranking all of Michael Myers' masks in the Halloween franchise. If you would like to make a ranking of your own, I'm going to have a tier list link in my bio, so feel free to fill one of those out, and you can message me on X a screenshot of yours, and we can compare and contrast and talk there. Alright, so the tiers that we have are Goat, Fuego, Potential, and Not Feeling It. So I have a good amount of different masks in the franchise that we are going to be going through together. We're going to be going over a bunch of different kinds of masks, not just the mask that Michael typically wears on a day-to-day basis. There's some special, unique ones in this franchise, so we're going to see how they match up compared to the others. Alright, right off the bat, we're going to get right into the original, and I'm not feeling it. I'm just kidding. The original is obviously a goat in the Halloween franchise in regards to mask. It's the one that started it all. Without this original mask being as good as it is, do we have a Halloween franchise? Does Michael Myers become the icon that we know and love without this movie? Probably not. Alright, next up, we have Halloween 2. Now, this one is tricky. I know what you're going to say, Blake. Halloween 2 is the same mask as the original. Yes and no. It is literally the exact same mask for those that do not know this. But it is not only 3 years later, but Deborah Hill took the mask, put it underneath her bed. Apparently, the story is that she smoked a lot of cigarettes, so the color changed. And plus, Dick Warlock's head was naturally bigger than Nick Castle, so it made the mask shape look differently. So we are judging this stuff also by how it is presented in the movie. So even though it is the same mask, it is not. But it is still good, so I am going to go Fuego. It is still basically the same mask. It still looks really cool. It looks menacing in a lot of shots, but it doesn't have that same flair that the original portrayal had. And you also see the eyes in certain shots, and that's one thing that holds it back. Alright, next up, we have Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. And this one is really tricky, and I kind of wish I didn't have it so early on. You're going to see, as of right now, it feels like we're going in order, but I have a lot of it randomized in the franchise. And Halloween 4 is a movie for me that is one of my favorite movies in the franchise. And arguably my favorite. The one thing that holds it back is the mask, and for a lot of people, they think it's absolutely atrocious. Me personally, I always really loved this movie, and I didn't notice the flaws of the mask when I was a child. It wasn't until I joined YouTube or started watching other YouTubers where they pointed it out to where I noticed it. Also, just growing older and you become more aware, and the nostalgia lenses wear off a little bit. But I do recognize the flaws. In certain shots, I could put it as or not feeling it. But I am going to go potential, and I know that is probably a hot take, and I have extreme bias towards it. But to me, there is potential behind it. It does have the blank slate look of what you want in Michael. Yes, it probably goes too far in that aspect, but whatever. It's a Michael that I have so much nostalgia for. I do think Michael is scary in this version, but we're not going by portrayal. It is solely the mask, and the mask is, in certain shots, very, very flawed. I don't think in the picture that I chose here, it is that bad. I think in the nightmare bed scene with Jamie, I think it looks pretty cool for the most part, or looks still scary. It still feels like Myers. There's other shots that I'll put up here that a lot of people like to use when they say worst mask in the franchise. And when you use the one shot where he's trying to kill Bucky or Buddy, I forget, is this Bucky? Whatever. He tries to kill that guy. You know who I'm talking about. The point is, during that one shot, there's a screenshot that people love to use, and it looks absolutely horrible. And yes, in that shot specifically, that's probably arguably the worst in the franchise. But I think majority of the movie, the way they shoot Michael, it looks okay. And there's potential for it to be better, but they painted the face too much and took out too much detail and made it too much of a blank slate. Went too far on the extreme side compared to the original. And the narrative that people like to throw out there for the excusing it is it was store brands that Michael stole from, right? It was a store bought material. That's a good excuse, but it is absolutely insane to me that this franchise couldn't come up with a better mask, not just for this movie, but for majority of the movies in this franchise, they screw it up. Next up, we have another Halloween 4 mask. We have the Bandage mask, and I am in between Potential and Fuego. I am going to put Potential now, but you know what? I'm going to put on the low side of Fuego. And I'm saying low side right now because it's only a couple Michaels in right now, but it'll probably get passed very soon. I think the Bandage mask is really, really cool. It's really, really menacing, and I love what they do with that mask. I think it would have been nice to see Michael be that version even a little bit more in the movie. But the little bit we get is really, really cool. You get that really cool kill at the gas station, right? And this version of Michael just terrifies you because it's like you know he is on a warpath when he has that on. Next up, we have the Halloween 5 mask, and that's going right down and not feeling it. This is probably my least favorite mask in the franchise. Actually, there might be another one, but we're going to find that out while we rank it. It's one of the worst in the franchise. It's one that always bothered me. It doesn't look anything like Michael. There are certain shots in this movie where it looks extremely laughable. I hear a lot of people hate about Halloween 4's mask. To me, at least Halloween 4 mask still kinda looks like Michael Myers, even if it's not as good. This doesn't look like Michael Myers. I hear some people say it looks like a Nicolas Cage mask or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't look like him. It's not shaped like him, literally at all. And just the way it's presented, it's not tucked in. The mask is hanging out of his collar and whatnot. It just looks sloppy. It looks unpresentable. The hair, I don't know. I never liked this mask, and that's one thing that holds back this movie a lot for me. And I have a lot of nostalgia for Halloween 5 because I really grew up strong on the Halloween 4 and Halloween 5 movies. Those are the ones that were on cable. It felt like the most when I was a kid. Halloween 1, 4, and 5. The Jamie Lloyd story is something that resonates to me to some degree, but we're not here for that. We're here for the mask, and this mask is terrible. Alright, next up, we have Halloween 2018, and we are going right into GOAT status, and I might even have to put it above the original, personally. It is such a toss-up. You know, I mean, if you told me the original is better, cool, fine, I get you. And part of it feels blasphemy to put another mask above the original, but 2018 is so, so good. Just that opening shot, I still remember the original trailer where he puts on the mask from out of the car, which we see for the first time in the movie. It was such a cool, iconic shot. It's the best mask we've had in a long time that felt like a pure Michael Myers, especially after what they did with the Rob Zombie films. Not that all the Rob Zombie masks are bad, but I mean, you'll see later with my Rob Zombie 2 placement, I do not like what they did with that, and this was the first time in forever that we got a real Michael Myers with a mask that really emulates that. And it is a perfect blend of the first movie and the second movie, with inspiration kinda with the beat up dirtiness of Rob Zombie's Halloween Michael Myers, but I think this one is just done a lot better. Next up, speaking of Rob Zombie, we have the Michael Myers mask from when Michael was a kid. And I'm going to put that one up in Fuego. That looks like a really cool, slick, clean mask. I like it a lot. I'll put it even above the Bandage one because it's an actual Michael Myers mask, and that's really what we're here for. You know, the Bandage match is cool, but at the end of the day, we want Michael Myers mask, and that's a really good mask. We don't get a lot of it, but I would like to see a full-grown Michael Myers wearing that mask. We don't really get to see much of it, but for what we do see, it's pretty cool. So, yeah, I like it a lot. We're going to get right into the next one, and that is Halloween 6. Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. I am putting it right up in GOAT status. That might be a little crazy. Maybe I'm jumping the gun. But this one means a lot to me. I really, really love The Curse of Michael Myers mask. It's something that makes me really love Halloween 6. It's just, I love the entire portrayal of Halloween 6 Michael Myers. And I love the mask of Michael Myers. And I said before, I really, really love Halloween 4. And the funny thing is, George B. Wilbur, the guy who plays Michael Myers in Halloween 4, is also the guy that plays in Halloween 6. Except for Halloween 4 is a better movie than Halloween 6, but Halloween 6 has a better Michael Myers portrayal from not having the shoulder pads and having a way better mask. If we could swap George P. Wilbur's mask and performance in Halloween 6 and put it in Halloween 4, we have a perfect Halloween movie in my mind. It's kind of like the same comparison where I feel like you swap Halloween 2018's Michael with Halloween H2O's Michael. Those movies dramatically, H2O gets dramatically better if it has Halloween 2018's Michael, because I love H2O's story. But yeah, it just bothers me because this Michael is so great, and I do think this movie is underrated. But as a whole, it's unique, it's different. Where Halloween 4 is more of a pure Halloween movie, and it's a shame that it's literally the same actor 2 movies later playing it, just has a way better mask. And if we just put that at Halloween 4 would be perfect. So I love Halloween 6 mask. Alright, we got a lot of goats, and we're still going to be going off pretty good. I am going to put, we have now, if you can't tell, it's a small shot of it, but we have the H2O opening scene, which, if you don't know, Halloween H2O has 4 different masks. The beginning mask is basically the Halloween 6 mask. It's a little bit different. It's like kind of a recreation, but it's basically the same. And as much as I love H6, Halloween 6 mask, I can't put this one super duper high because we don't get enough of it. So part of me, I think I have to go potential. I can't put it in Fuego because we don't get to see it enough. I would say it is a Lisa Fuego mask, but based off the tiers that I'm laying out right now, I don't want to give everything as Fuego. And to me, this one is the definition of potential because it is a great mask that really didn't get to see the light of day. It has one scene pretty much. I mean, you see it in some shots, but it's really just that one scene where he gets the kill, where we kind of see what it looks like. And it's a shame because if H2O had this mask throughout the entire movie, H2O is dramatically a better movie. Okay, speaking of H2O, we have H2O's mask that we get majority of the movie, and I'm going to put that in potential. Again, probably another hot take. It is, I think, an overhated mask. I don't think it's that bad. The only issue of the mask, or the main issue, is the eyes. The eyes popping out of the face, or the head, is ridiculous. It's really bad. But the overall facial structure and vibe of the H2O mask, I don't think is as bad as people make it out to be. It's literally just the eyes. If the eyes didn't pop out at you in every single scene, I think this one could have been okay. The hair is a little weird, but the overall shape is okay. It's just, you can't say the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes, and have these popping out at you the entire time you're watching it. Alright, next up, we have the H2O CGI mask, and that is going right down at the bottom and not feeling it. I said Halloween 5 is the worst mask in a franchise. I am wrong. It is the CGI mask, because it's not even a real mask. They were so lazy that they decided to make it CGI, and it's not like CGI we have today. Not that I condone if they did that today either. It's like, come on, get us a mask, right? Don't be that lazy. Go grab the mask and film the shot. But this is the 1990s, and it is aged so poorly. I don't know if it's something I noticed as a kid. I didn't grow up super much on the H2O movie. It's kind of a movie I discovered more later. I mean, I definitely seen it, but I don't have nostalgia for this movie. But I don't know if it was one of those situations where I didn't notice it either until YouTubers pointed out to me. But once you notice it, you never stop noticing it. So if you haven't noticed it yet, I'm sorry, you're going to be cursed when you see that scene. Next up, we have the last, I believe, H2O mask, and that is the K and B mask, and that is another not feeling it. I might have bit my words. This might be worse than the CGI mask. And actually, I'm going to say it is worse than the CGI mask. I keep changing my opinion. I'm sorry. This is a tier list. I'm going off the fly here. This K&B mask is horrible. Now, luckily, we don't see much of it, right? It's not as plain as day as the CGI mask, but the CGI mask, even though it's not really a real mask, I guess it's shaped more like Michael. This one, the eyes, everything about it look absolutely atrocious, and thank God someone realized that to reshoot the mask that we got to see the rest of the movie. Even though we see that guy's eyes popping out her face, it is still a better looking mask overall than the K&B mask, which is an absolute train wreck. Alright, next one. A fun one. We have the Halloween 5. It is described on Google as the Brute mask. It is the mask where Tina thinks she's going to the Halloween barn party with her boyfriend Michael, but it happens to be Michael Myers who killed her boyfriend and put on the silly mask that Tina gave her. And I think it's a fun one. I think I'm going to go with potential. Potential, not because it has potential for anything more. It's, potential, this category that I made up, it's essentially in the good slash okay category, or could be better. I didn't really get the chance to describe that, but you get the idea. This is just my fun way of coming up with something that isn't just S, A, B, C, D. So essentially, it's in the B tier. For the most part, and it's fun. It's a cool mask. It's a cool scene. Michael grabbing the steering wheel intensely as Tina is like, you know, thinking that's her boyfriend and she's flirting with him. And I don't know what Michael's motive was with waiting to get her. I don't know if it's like because he wants to take her to the barn first or what. I don't know. But he's getting pissed off, and it was such a tense scene, especially as a kid watching that. I do have nostalgia for Halloween 5, as I said before, where you're watching that, you're like, Tina, you got to get out of there. You're in trouble. Next up, we have the Halloween 4 blonde hair mask, and I'm gonna go with eh. I feel like the eh category is a little lonely, and that's the main reason why I'm going there. Um, nah. I hear you guys screaming at me in the comments. I'm going not feeling it. I'm gonna put it above Halloween 5's not feeling it though, because it still has a better shape of Michael. We only see it for like 2 seconds, but the 2 seconds we see are pretty atrocious, and I never noticed it as a kid. But again, like H2O, and with the CGI and the 4 different masks, and like Halloween 4, people pointed out that mask isn't that great. I didn't notice the blonde scene as a kid, I don't think. Once you notice it, you never not notice it, and it stands out and sticks out like a sore thumb. So, it's bad. It's not good. What are we doing here? Why is it so hard to get a consistent Michael Myers mask for an entire movie? I don't get it. Next up, we have Rob Zombie's clown kid mask, and I'm gonna go with eh. It's fine. It's a clown mask. It's a cool idea. It's a creepy concept. Not really creepy concept because we've seen clown masks done to death. It's not anything new, but for the context of the movie and the scene, it works. It's scary and it's paying homage to the original Michael Myers as a kid having the mask. But I don't really love the Rob Zombie films. I don't really love that we explored Michael Myers' backstory. And at the end of the day, it's a clown mask, and I'm not someone that really cares for clowns that much. So it doesn't do anything special for me. But if you put it higher, I understand. It's not bad. But there's just so many better masks on this list. Alright, next up we have the Rob Zombie 2 open and scene mask. And this mask is pretty cool. I'm going to go with potential above Halloween 4. Not as good as the H2O H6 mask recreation. It's not bad. It's pretty cool. It has a lot of potential, but we don't get to see much of it. Obviously, they go in a different direction the rest of the movie with the mask being ripped off. But the opening scene of him getting bloodied up and going after the people in the hospital, paying homage to Halloween 2, the original Halloween 2, I think is really, really well done, and I think it's pretty cool, but we don't get to see enough of it, but what we see is pretty awesome. Next up, we have Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and I keep saying that the worst of the franchises. This is pretty bad. I'm gonna go. Is it worse than K and B? No, I guess it's better. I'll give it for effort above the CGI and K and B because it is, and I have to keep moving myself all over the screen. Don't know where to put myself. Anyways, I have a lot not feeling it. It's funny in the very beginning, you guys are probably watching like, man, he's giving everything's goats. There's a lot of bad masks, as you see, we're starting to go. It's either high or low for me. And Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, the fact that they rip off half of his mask, I absolutely hate. We shouldn't be able to see Michael's face at all. At all. And this movie shows you it majority of the time. And it's making me want to put it lower. I used to say this was my least favorite mask in the franchise. But I guess at least they're putting effort into a concept here with this mask. I don't know. I could go either way with my bottom three. K&B looks horrible. It looks goofy. It looks ridiculous. CGI mask is a disgrace, but I also think the Rob Zombie 2, having half of his face showing, is also a disgrace. So, pick your poison. They're all bad. Next up, I got Rob Zombie's Tyler Mane's Jack-o'-lantern mask. The one where he's in prison and he makes it himself. It's not bad. It's got potential. It's pretty cool. It works for the scene. At the end of the day, it is not a Michael Myers mask. So I'm not going to say it's like my favorite thing in the world. I'd rather see a Michael Myers mask. But for the context of this movie, it's fine. It's whatever. Next up, we have Halloween Ends. And I am someone that absolutely hates the Michael Myers in Halloween Ends. But we're not here for what they do with the character of Michael Myers and them butchering him, completely disrespecting the character. We're here to talk about the mask, and the mask alone is fine. And I'm gonna go with high potential. High potential. Yes, it is very similar to the 2018 mask. I haven't done Kills yet, but I think, spoiler alert, Kills is better mask. It fits the theme of the movie. It is very weathered and teared down, kind of like Michael, but that thing makes me remind of what they do to Michael. I think the shape of the mask, I still think it looks cool, and the theme of it makes sense. It's well done, but it does go hand in hand in what they do to Michael, because if we were talking about just Michael alone, he'd be at the very bottom. So I can't put it in Fuego knowing that what happens to this Michael along the way with the betrayal of that mask. I don't like it. And he literally gets the mask stolen from him from Corey Cunningham, which is also pathetic. So you're lucky to be in potential at that point. All right, next up, we have Halloween Resurrection. Halloween Resurrection, a fan favorite to hate in the franchise. Something that I get, but I don't fully get. I have nostalgia for Resurrection. I am somewhat a defender of Resurrection. I do have a video kind of talking about Resurrection. I think it's fun. And I don't think the betrayal of Michael's that bad. And I think the mask is okay. It's not great. I think it's better than H2O's mask. I'm going to put it right above H2O because at least you don't see the eyes. I'm not going to put it above Halloween 4, even though it's probably better to some degree. But I like the blank slate. Halloween 6, or not Halloween 6, Resurrection goes for, he looks like he's bougie. It looks like he has makeup on. It is flawed. But I do think the Michael's portrayal in that movie isn't bad, and that plays a factor in the way that the mask is looked and shot in most scenes of the movie. It's not terrible. It's not as bad as some people make it out to be. Alright, we're getting into the nitty gritty. We're going to go into Halloween Kills, the flashback scene. And I'm going to put this one all the way up at Fuego. All the way up at Fuego. I could almost put it in GOAT status, but it's a flashback scene at the end of the day. So there's a lot of shots of it, of course, but it's not the full theme movie. I think if we got a full movie of it, it could be a GOAT status mask. There was points where I thought I even liked it better than the original when it first came out, and I was really hyped on Halloween Kills and what they did with that flashback scene. If you want my full thoughts on Halloween Kills, I just made a review of that movie, and I kind of go into my thoughts of the flashback scenes and just the pros and cons of what that movie is and my highs and lows of it, because I absolutely loved this movie when it came out originally, and I still like it, but not as much, and it's how I feel about the flashback mask. It's still amazing. Still have it in Fuego, but there are certain shots where you do see his eyes a little bit, and something I didn't notice the first time, where in some shots it looks just like the John Carpenter's original William Shatner mask, and then in other shots it has his eyes showing just a little bit, so it's held back just enough to not be in the GOAT status for me. Alright, last two. We have Rob Zombie's Halloween Michael Myers mask, and I'm going to put that one at Fuego. I'm going to put that one at Fuego. I think it's really solid. It's a really good mask. I think it fits well for the movie. There is elements of it, and again, it's a remake, so it looks like Michael Myers, but something about it does feel like slightly different. Maybe it's the portrayal, maybe it's how big Tyler Mane is, or whatever, but it does have its own thing, and that's why I said what I loved about 2018 is that it felt more like Michael, where this one didn't feel like Michael, but the mask does look really cool and really menacing, and we get to see more of it. And I just realized I put it down at the bottom. I forgot to fully rank it. Do I like it more than the original? I'm gonna put it above the bandage mask, and I'm gonna put it. I think the original mask might be cleaner, honestly. I kind of like the original Rob Zombie mask that we don't get to see much of because it makes me feel more like a Michael Myers mask, but we don't get to see much of it. I think they're a 1A, 1B situation. I could flip them either way. We're going to consider them tied. But it's good. It's really good. And we're going to go right into the last one, and that is Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills mask is very, very good. I like it better than all those Rob Zombie masks. I like it better than Halloween 2 for sure. And I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to put it right there below the flashback mask because Halloween Kills mask is awesome. It's fuego. It fits the movie. I think Halloween Kills Michael Myers is one of the best. It's the burnt from the fire, right? I think it's the proper wear and tear from the fire. And, it just looks like an angry Michael Myers. That's really what it looks like. The mask from Halloween Kills perfectly encapsulates the vibe of Halloween Kills, which is just an angry, ferocious, and violent version of Michael Myers, set in a tone early from the fireman kill scene at the house when the house is on fire. Really cool mask. It's basically 2018, just a little bit more wear and tear, but not to the point where it looks like he's falling apart like he is in Halloween Ends. So, Kills is fuego. Okay, so I realized that I screwed up way too many stuff while I was editing, so I'm gonna fix it right now. I'm gonna move Rob Zombie 2 to last place. I realize I messed up Halloween Ends and Kills, as I said throughout the video. Kills is going up here, Ends is coming down here. The Halloween 6 opening scene, or H2O opening scene that looks like Halloween 6, I'm going to move all the way up here, above Rob Zombie movies, and I'm not going to put it above Halloween 2 just because it doesn't get enough screen time, but I love the Halloween 6 opening mask that much that I can't put it in potential, even though it is a mask that is clearly more about potential than actually having its time to shine. I like the mask too much, so it is fuego to me. Everything else seems relatively okay. I could move this down to air and this down to air just to balance out the ranking a little bit. Because at the end of the day, these three, Rob Zombie, Jack-O-Lantern, and the Halloween 5 Brute Mask aren't really Michael Myers. And at the end of the day, we are here for Michael Myers mask. But I am not mad at being more positive and having a couple more in the potential category. That's my final ranking of the mask. I'll give one last shot of it right here. These are my final rankings of the mask, I guess, for now. So that's my ranking of my Michael Myers mask. Like and subscribe to see my future Halloween franchise ranking, my Michael Myers ranking, the actual portrayals, and like my favorite versions of Michael, not just the mask alone. I'm going to make a Halloween timelines ranking, and I'm not going to do just the typical timelines. I might mix it up a little bit. So if you're interested to see what I mean by that, definitely subscribe. Comment down below, what are your top 3, 4, 5 masks, or what's your bottom? Whatever your general ranking is of the Michael Myers mask, I would love to talk about it in the comments below. Halloween's coming up, so I'm all ready to talk all about Michael Myers. So subscribe if you are ready to take that journey with me, and let's talk about Michael Myers and our love for the GOAT of Halloween. All right, see you guys next time.